pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call?
Scott,
Yes.
Joyce,
Yeah.
Linda,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
Rob.
Yes.
Okay, need somebody to make a motion on approval of the video minutes, as minutes.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
Joyce,
Yeah.
Scott,
Yes.
Linda,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
Rob.
Yes.
Okay, Scott, you wanna do the discussion and approval, discussion of the finance report?
Bank reconciliation,
Speak up so you can hear it.
bank reconciliation date 7/31/2018. Adjusted bank balance is $1,834,185.85. And we, payment listing for the month, we spent $65,976.85.
Any discussion on it? And that would be the motion to approve finance report?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Linda,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Joyce, Bill,
Yes.
Rob.
Yes.
No special guests. Did finance budget and all that, so please, Kevin, you're up.
In the month of July, myself and Deputy Nieskern had 5 traffic citations, 10 warnings, 6 suspicious persons, vehicles with trespassing calls, 1 theft or B&E, 1 juvenile complaint, 1 disturbance or disorderly conduct, 3 nuisance dog animal complaints, 2 parking, abandoned or disabled vehicles, 4 assists, and 4 in the other category. Total monthly activity was 37. We had a total of 37 calls were handled by myself and Deputy Nieskern. We handled 27 of those between the two of us for 73%.
Anybody got any questions for Kevin?
Are you getting adjusted to your new environment?
Yeah.
I think it's looking pretty good. I mean, I think we're getting a good presence. I don't see any issues.
Okay,
Thanks.
thanks, Kevin. Fire, AJ?
We had 10 calls for the month. Then we would like to use the shelter house Saturday for fire department picnic.
This Saturday?
Yes,
We got it. I think it's, which one you want?
it don't matter.
Okay, cause I think, well, we got the brown one and the orange one? Is that what's up there, Brandon?
We'll have to let them know, because I thought something was changed. I know the brown one for sure.
And Davison was on the, is still on the green one, as far as Carolyn said.
So the orange one might be available. I don't know, we'll have to ask him.
Yeah, they might, Davison trucking might change or from the green to orange.
Just
Well,
let Mike know.
okay,
But there should be one.
Yeah.
We had a furnace AC unit had an issue Sunday night. Bishops got called to repair the issue. And then on the back staple, there's an email about the truck.
Yeah.
And I submitted 2 bills to be paid.
You did?
I submitted 2 bills to be paid.
To who?
Here.
Oh,
Oh, invoice, yeah.
Anybody got any questions for him? Not? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Clean up, Joyce.
I sent out a couple letters and they're half done. They do something the first 2 days and then they just kind of stop.
Yep.
You know? So I don't know other than having a forest fire, I don't know what else to do.
We don't have forest fire.
You don't want a forest fire?
No, I got enough of them in
Got enough of
California.
them? So we're gonna have to figure something out, you know, that these people just don't wanna
Well,
listen or care.
You
or-
give them so many days, don't you?
Yeah, 5 days and it's not done.
And then that's when Gavin gets it, so
Yeah.
go talk to
Go
him.
talk to
Okay.
them, yeah.
All right.
Do a little community service.
Well, I'm tired of cleaning it up, you know. We had another instance of garbage uptown again, you know, people just throwing their stuff. I took away the 2 barrels, another one was up there and they filled that up full of stuff and Mike Wise took care of that one, you know, but it's really not, I don't know why everybody thinks that it's council's job to clean up their garbage, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm gonna have to do something different here, I don't know yet what, so.
Okay. Okay, water, sewer, street, John?
okay. I explained an issue that we're having with the well to Scott and Bill a little bit prior to the meeting. We took a power surge and it burned up one of the drives back at the well house. Make a long story short. Square D wants the panel sent in to repair it. And I don't wanna pull it off the wall because then at least right now I can bypass the panel and run the well in manual. And I'd rather not pull it off the wall because then I will be down to 1, period. I can still bypass it and run it manually. Someone just has to sit there and babysit it. If we were to have a problem with the well that we're running on, I don't wanna take us down to 1. So Klaus Electric is who installed them. A new cabinet was ordered today with new drives. And then when that comes in, we're gonna swap cabinets out and send the other one in and figure out exactly what happened and see what we need to do. Both cabinets are identical, so if we can get this one repaired, and in the meantime, there's phase monitors on there, but there is not surge protectors, so we're gonna work out a cost estimate on getting surge protectors on there also. So,
You doing that through a breaker or just a surge protection on the breaker, supplying them?
I would like to have it a little more elaborate than that, something that would actually note, log or whatnot when we have a surge. That way we have that file, some sort. I know that a lot of the other systems, the SCADA systems are set up that way. So I just gotta discuss it. My big worry right now is getting another panel on order so we can get this thing back up and running properly. But I'm gonna discuss with them now. I told them to get back with me tomorrow and we'll talk about it.
We probably ought to have a possible line reactor on it too. I'm not sure if they got one on or not, is it?
I'll have to ask
Probably
Klaus
something, yeah,
exactly.
especially that easy drive, because we're getting that, you know.
Well, they put the phase, it never had phase monitors on it before, but once we installed the generator and whatnot, if we drop a phase, that generator will come on.
Right.
So we're monitoring the phases. But it's a little weird back there because there is a delta back there. So,
The drive should have internal phasing though,
well,
to
that's
drop
part
out
of
if there's a leg.
Yeah.
well, whatever happened to it, not this past Friday night, but the Friday before, it actually caused it to reverse rotation. And that was how I found it that Saturday morning. So we thought we might have dropped a pump off the bottom of the shaft or something, because we just didn't have the voltage out, or the amperage draw out at the well like we should have. But after some further investigation and switching the phases around, it would run on manual then, but it would not run in auto. It just kept throwing a phase loss in, which is where Square D came down to the fact that, yeah, when you were having those surges that night, it must have been running when it happened.
So where does the surge come from?
AEP.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
lightning strikes
Little
someplace or
difference.
whatever.
So,
Chances.
I've been in contact with Joe Worland also, I forgot to tell you guys that prior to the meeting. So once I get a hard cost on it, I'm gonna turn it in and see if we can get it covered under insurance. Our deductible's $500, so
Yeah, it's gonna cost more than that, so.
probably around $7,000, I'm pretty sure that's what those were up here. So, I had a meeting with Bureau of Workman's Comp yesterday about getting a grant for either a small main lift or a small scissors lift to do maintenance out here in these buildings instead of working off ladders. They're more than happy to hand out great safety grants. How their grants operate is basically for every $3 they give you, you pay $1. So it's in the beginning process of it, and I'll have more information on it next month. But he told me to get some estimates on whatnot. I told him something used would be perfect for us because we're not going to use it daily, you know. And they want you to get something that has a cost guaranteed for 6 months. And I don't know how you would find somebody with used equipment to guarantee you a cost on a piece of equipment for 6 months. They're gonna sell it.
Well, United Rental does this, that's what I just did that.
I was gonna say United Rental.
Yeah.
That's where we
That is-
all
Oh,
are.
they'll give you a
Well, what they'll do,
guaranteed
they'll give you a
cost?
quote, and then they always have the ones coming in off the rental fleet, so they're all basically the same units.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's USA Rental
Yeah, United Rental,
or United.
United Rental, and that's in Curtisburg. I just bought one.
That's.
I just called Skyworks today and they're supposed to get with me too.
Well, they have a lot, it's like they're usually 2
We
years.
bought our last one, it was all the way out in the East Coast.
Oh,
It was nice, it was like new.
cool. Hydrant flushing is done. Paving is supposed to begin in early September, as long as the weather holds out for them. It'll probably start raining because we're getting close to fall now. But anyhow, that should be done here before the end of September. And the grant that I got for the work to be done at the park, Zablocki is going to be starting that tomorrow. So the doors and the windows will be being replaced out there in the bathrooms, so. That's all I had.
Okay, Art, don't have anything new. Zoning,
No, the only thing that was going on, I had a question for John, was whether or not we actually issued a zoning permit for the King address.
I did that. And we haven't received anything from an insurance company stating that a certain property is fine with no fence around their pool either. I was under the assumption after the last meeting that that person was supposed to be
Yes.
getting us a copy of, or a letter from his
That is
insurance.
exactly
yes,
correct.
exactly.
Yeah, we've not received anything.
I did go and check that right after the meeting, and it is as he stated. It's a locked deck. Didn't seem major disrepair to a gate, it could be better, but, you know, it's what he described. So,
I just have to prompt him again just to get that.
Are we still on the park?
We passed it We already. didn't have anything, what do you
Right
got,
on
did you
by
have
it.
something?
All I wanted to know was, all right, here we go with this Facebook crap again, but anyway, it was brought up that they wanted to know who the people were with the yellow shirts on. And, you know, the people from Fostoria that come every year, you know, to park cars and
Certs.
yeah, and they wanted to know if they were prisoners and they saw them eating uptown and that we paid for it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, here we go again, you know, I'm just saying, you know, I wish people would get their facts straight before they start blowing up their mouth, okay? So, enough said.
Well,
I guess while we are on the park, I should have brought it up last month, but, certs that do the parking and stuff like that, we usually give them a donation for doing it. They don't charge you anything, but, I think it's around 200. Angela, do you remember what we did last year on it?
Not off the top of my head, I know it was 100 or 200. I'm thinking it might have been 2.
Okay, I think it's 200, but, I mean, I don't care, just so we give them something, if I need council to approve that, though. So if somebody wants to make a motion to do that, why, I appreciate it.
I'll make that motion.
You just want me to do the same as last year?
Yes.
Yes.
Put it on there
Yes.
I'll second.
They come every year, have been
Yeah.
for the last, my
Right.
gosh, 10 years that you and I have been at the gate. and-
Exactly.
Yeah.
They've been there a
Yeah,
long
they do
time.
a good job.
Did you second it, Rob?
Yes, I did.
Okay, Linda,
Yes.
Rob,
Yes.
Joyce,
Yeah.
Bill,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Steve.
Yes.
Okay, old business, Amplex, they are in the area, the contract was signed, and they agree. What we ended up doing was, they didn't go along with the 5%, but they said their usual for our size towns and stuff like that's $1 a customer a month, so we said, okay. Okay. House numbers, we still,
Gary, is that in the contract, the $1 per customer?
Mm-hmm,
Okay, can you get me a copy of that?
yes, we will.
Okay.
as soon as we get it back.
Anything on house numbers?
Do you want me to call them and send those ones back and get the double-sided ones? Then you say they're only one-sided?
Yeah, they are
Yeah.
only one-sided. Is it
It's
gonna
up to you
cost us
guys.
extra money? If it's gonna cost us extra money, no.
Well, let me talk to him tomorrow and see what he has to say, you know.
Okay.
Because I had told him I wanted the same thing that Hopewell had, you know, and I don't know why, you know, we got the ones we did.
Mhm.
But I think it's probably gonna be up to you and me, Linda, to put the numbers on.
That's
there.
okay, we can do that.
Yeah, we can,
That's
as long
good
as
for,
we aren't,
that's
as long as
for,
we aren't moving too much.
That's right, we can do that.
we'll have everything on the table for
Thank
you.
you.
That's good, we can
We'll
do
be
that.
handing it all to
Yeah.
you.
Okay, we'll do it when it's ready.
Okay. Did, anybody get any more different bids on
Nope.
splash pad?
Like I said at the last meeting, we're not gonna move forward until we know what we're doing with it. Not gonna bother these people, because it's not free to come up with a quote.
Yeah,
Mm.
no.
There's a lot of man hours that go into that sort of thing,
Yeah.
and if it was promising, fine dandy, but
I also have contacted a couple people to start a park board, and I've got two women on board, and I told them also, if we can't get enough people from Westville that's really interested, you know, I don't care if they go like to Burgoon, Kansas, or school district or whatever, you
I
know,
think they
someone
should
in the
stay
area
in the
that's
school
really.
district or in.
Yeah, in the school, yeah,
Or at
yeah.
Liberty Township.
Liberty Township, yeah, so, and I have two really good ones so far, so we're kind of trying to find a couple more people. I wanna get maybe 5 or 6, I think.
I mean, I think, it's like we discussed, we wanna make sure, try to
Yeah.
do something, if we're gonna do any fireworks, something, it's gotta start now, and whatever we're gonna
Yeah.
do, because
Yeah.
we can't do what we did this year, we gotta do something different,
Yeah.
right?
well, we said in the June, was it June meeting, or maybe it was May's, that, somebody's gonna have to come up with a 501c3, some organization that's not connected to the village whatsoever, to raise these funds for these fireworks for next year, because we're not gonna be able to afford to do it every year. So, you know, and we also discussed that somehow we need to get funding for this park if things like this splash pad's gonna move forward.
And what, I know we talked a little bit about well, for school, it was maybe a little more warmed up to the levy, but do you agree more about that?
I'm not so sure about that one.
Cause I mean, we might talk them into putting it on there, but they're going with the assumption that they ain't gonna be, they're not gonna do anything probably to,
Help it more.
I understand we're at the top of our millage, we can't really do anything anyway, right?
right,
No,
you're
we
right.
do. I mean, the money's not there.
Yeah.
You'd have to get in contact with Julie, but that was the way I understood it, that's why we had to switch what we did.
You know, and that's why you do what we did with the school, the snow plowing and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to get our money.
But, I mean, I could be wrong.
Yeah,
I know there was a reason, but I don't know if it's, like Rob said last month, if it's defined by what it is. I don't know that, so.
Bottom line is that if we don't have the promise of additional funding for that park, there's no point in moving forward with any of this. So until we do, I don't even think it should be on the
Yeah,
agenda.
it's a sizable investment.
It's
Yeah.
a huge investment.
Yes, it is.
I mean, for a small town like this. I mean, somebody had it on there about Bailey Park, something called Bailey Park. Listen how wonderful that is. Well, my wife looked up Bailey Park. Yeah, it's wonderful, right? If you wanna pay for it, family of four can easily spend $100 there on a Saturday. You know, I don't think people are gonna come to Bettsville and spend that kind of money. They
No,
won't pay
no.
$5 a carload to come in and see fireworks.
They
Right,
won't pay for, yeah, right, they won't give us
You
$5.
know?
exactly.
Okay. Annexation, where we at?
I've not heard back from them, so I'm gonna go into the Wayback Machine and do it the old-fashioned way, and I'm gonna send them all the paperwork certified, so I know that they've gotten it and it's in their hands. So I think she disappeared into the cyberspace email world and got passed around. So I'm gonna do some certified letters and make sure that we know they've gotten everything that we have.
We're this close, we gotta get it finished up,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
And then, Angela, my only thought would be is if you could forward me, if we have some, maybe this might be a crazy thing, do we have village letterhead?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
Could you forward, if that's a template that you have?
No, we.
Or it's an
have-
actual physical letterhead?
We have actual.
I'm gonna grab some before I leave,
That's fine.
because I'd like to send that stuff on village stuff.
Exactly. So I have some at home.
And then on a side with that, is there any issue, I don't think we have to vote on this, any issue if I were to create a email specific for me that's for the village? That way it does stuff I do with the village doesn't get mixed and mashed with my private practice stuff. Because I know there's it's kind of hazy as to when I do stuff for the village, what is confidential and what's not confidential. And I'd rather it not get mixed in with my other work email that kind of is confidential. If we're okay with that, I'm just gonna go ahead and do it and call it village solicitor at Gmail or something and give you the password to it and stuff like that, and
I think that'd be
go from there.
right thing to do.
If we're okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about that as I was doing this email back and forth with the basic people is, I don't know how comfortable I am with using my work email to do stuff like that when those conversations I would imagine are public stuff.
That's public record, yeah.
So, I have them all, but it just makes me skittish. So, I'm gonna do some certified letters to them, that way we know it went out, put it on some village letterhead, and then I'll know someone signed for it and it's definitely in their hands and it's not sitting in someone's junk mail.
Okay.
You also know that the lab out there is closing the 31st of August, that whole building there.
It doesn't matter for our purposes.
Well, I was
because
just
it's going-
thinking maybe you could kind of push it, maybe they'll donate it to the town for our offices. Well, hey, you might as well dream
It's
big.
two separate entities, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
Oh, is it
good.
really?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, that's a different company altogether, it has nothing to do with this.
I was going, it says Vesuvius. Is it
Basic's
Vesuvius?
different from the
Vesuvius, yeah,
Yeah,
they're
we're dealing
different.
with basic.
Well, we'll have to do a different ploy then.
But they've got stuff, but I'm gonna do certified. I don't want to talk to you guys about that before I did it, but that's I think the route at this point is then we know that they have it and it's not disappeared in some junk mail somewhere that no one gets back to me on.
Okay.
Okay. The Rita update, Angela got a letter from him. It said approximately 96 non-filer letters will be mailed today to taxpayers that neglected to file a municipal income tax return for your municipality. And it says, if you have not already done so, we strongly suggest you share the details of this program with your mayor and members of council, as they may receive phone calls from residents who receive a non-filed letter. So,
Does that scare anybody?
We've had success
oh,
with
yeah.
it.
Have you?
Yeah. Any other questions on that? If not, the Bowling Green State University records update, we requested it and we received the book that was back in 1800s, so
Awesome.
the book was received. Joyce has it right there right now, so you told Brian over what they did. The records retention schedule update. We got that done. Sent out, and the daughter of the state has signed it, and everybody signed it that needed to do. So, good to go. Anybody got anything else under old business? Okay, new business appropriation increase, you got that, Scott?
Yeah, Angela gave this to me. The council is asked to approve an increase in appropriations for the following. We got $10,000 for account, training services and a grant in the general fire fund due to a grant that wasn't received, so that's for the fire department. $875 for account, training services, training and equipment grant, general fund due to a training grant that was received, this training grant. $1,500 for account code, operating supplies, materials, in the general fund due to a payment that was used for the old Jaws of Life that they sold.
Mm-hmm.
$461.92 for account, operating supplies, materials, in the street fund due to PEP grant that was received. And then we have $4,000 for account code, repairs and maintenance of buildings and lands in the park fund due to community park grant that was received. So these,
So I just need a motion to approve.
I need to make a motion to approve
increases.
these so we can.
Okay,
I'll second.
Who made the motion?
somebody will make it first.
I'll make a made a motion.
Oh, did you? Did you, Scott?
Yeah.
Okay.
Scott, then I second.
Okay, Scott,
Yes.
Rod,
Yes.
Joyce,
Yeah.
Linda,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Bill.
Yes.
Okay, I was asked by Reflection Ministries to ask if they could use the park again for baptism on the 29th of August. We had a great turnout on the 5th, and we got some more people that want to be baptized, and I didn't know if that was okay with the council to go ahead and do that again.
I don't know.
Oh,
So it's a-
you got a problem with
Okay.
Okay.
We don't need to go on, so. just your guys'
As long as the water's safe.
Yeah.
That's my only concern,
Probably get kind of a low out there. I don't know.
the water being safe.
We say,
I said, just make sure the
Oh,
water's
yeah.
safe, that's my only concern. We don't want anybody getting sick. I got nothing to them being baptized. It's just, the water has to be safe if they're gonna be baptized, cause they get dumped.
yeah.
They could get it in their mouth, they could get it up their nose, so, that's my only concern.
Okay. Does anybody else have anything coming under new business?
I had a couple of people call me wanting to know what it entails to have the village limits extended out to County Road 111. I told them I would have to check, I did not know.
Annexation meetings.
Yeah.
And we know how to do it.
Okay, so I told them I'd bring it to
We're over 10
council.
years, I'm not sure
Well,
we know
I'm
how to
gonna
do
tell you
it.
right now, it'll never happen.
County
Well-
Road 111.
Out right
That's
across
way out
from
here.
11.
Oh,
11, it's 11, excuse me.
oh,
As long as.
Across from Dollar
as long as
General.
Tim's out there,
You won't.
they're not gonna let go of any Liberty Township property.
Well, I was told, I was asked, I said I did not know, and I would
Well,
bring it
I
to
mean,
council.
what- And yes, and we should pursue it. I mean,
Yeah.
Well, I
Well, we
guess-
should probably.
that was
pursue it.
pursued when the
That was
sewer was
pursued,
going in.
yeah.
oh, yeah,
Yeah.
That was all pursued when the sewer was going in, because the theory was that we were going to have everyone that we serviced with the sewer
Yeah.
within the village limits, and it got fought by Teacher Billy and by there and.
Well, I thought,
590.
didn't Stoverville wanna come in and they wouldn't allow it? Everybody except one person out there signed up to come into Bettsville?
Well, I don't know how many did.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think that was that close, but I mean,
There was
yes,
quite a few
there
that
was-
wanted it, so.
as long as they.
Well, I guess it comes down to who's asking, because if it's an adjoining neighbor, they wanna do it, they can do it legally, right?
Mhm.
As long as we don't take the road frontage away from the township.
The Legion would have to go in first, and then it would have to be the house on the other side of it.
Well, I mean, they're the basic, if the basic gets annexed in, then,
Or Legion have to do it, then the Dairy Queen would have to do it,
yeah.
Then
then the next house.
the next house,
Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, they have to be
They
adjoining
would all be
property.
subject to Rita, as soon as they do.
Apparently nobody pays their Rita anyway, so it's.
Well, yeah, really.
I wouldn't go there.
Yeah.
No, yeah,
There's a few of us that do.
Yeah, them are fighting words.
Yeah.
yeah.
I give them a healthy amount every year.
I got one more,
Okay,
besides the big money I make.
anybody have anything?
I'd like to go into executive session,
Okay, for,
personnel.
okay. Need a motion,
Make a motion going in.
okay.
Now, second.
Okay. We will go into executive session, discuss personnel. You don't have to leave.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Mrs. Lee.
You gonna bring our own, Scott?